like business credit, you like business financing, you love helping entrepreneurs, you love helping business owners grow, you should hop over to the Business Loan Broker Challenge. It's happening right now. Today is day 2. Still got 2 more days of great information, a lot of great knowledge, a lot of great tools being handed out over there. So if you're interested, go check it out. It's at businessloanbrokerchallenge.com, businessloanbrokerchallenge.com. Or you can scan the QR code right there, and it will take you right to that magical page. So let's jump into this. And as I'm getting everything set up and figuring out why they moved all my buttons, give me a chat. Let me know where you're from. Tell me hi. Let me tell me about your business, what you do for a living. Love to hear from you guys while we're going through these, and always happy to see who's hanging out with me. All right, so let's jump into let's talk about paying off business debt. Now, look, this is kind of an odd topic for a company that promotes business loans and business credit, talking about getting out of business debt. But let's be honest, we're business owners here. At the end of the day, there are some debts that are toxic. There are some debts that have such high interest rates, bad terms, that it feels like it's almost suffocating your company. It feels like it's putting you in a position that you're starting to make bad decisions. And that's what we're here to talk about, is helping you find some alternatives to be able to pay off those high interest rates, to be able to pay off those bad term toxic debts, and to make sure that you have the tools that you need to be successful in running your business. Because sometimes it's not about just paying off toxic debt. Sometimes it's a matter of looking at your scenario and going, I'm going to need more financing in the next 6 months. And in order to do that, I need to pay off my current loan so that I can afford more. Or there's a lot of reasons, or you just like being debt free, because we all do, but you still needed that loan to grow your business. Now you're ready to get out of it. So let's jump into some tactics. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, if you guys have ever hung out with me before, you ever hang out with us, one of the biggest things that you can ever do is anytime that you want to get out of debt with your business, personal, or anything, any plans, is you have to have a plan. Having a plan is the linchpin for all of this to work. Making sure that you have a strategy behind getting debt free, getting your business financially free, so you can have more capital, so you can get more funding. You've got to have a plan. So here's some of the outlines for a plan that I'm going to challenge you with. First thing, set a realistic timeline. It's really easy for us to get ambitious. Business owners like, I'm going to have $1 million month. I'm going to pay off everything, and we're going to go about our way. When historically you've never had $1 million month, it's just at that point it's more of a pipe dream, or maybe you have some things working and it could work. When you set a realistic plan, the one thing you need to do is not use unrealistic projections. As entrepreneurs, we are wired to look at the world and look at every opportunity, look at every chance that we have to make money as the end all be all, and it's going to be the best thing ever. But sometimes it's not. So create a realistic plan. In this plan, you want to be thinking about what kind of timeline. If nothing changed, if your business was to consistently do what it's consistently done for the last 6 months, what kind of timeline could you set up to be able to get yourself debt free? How long would it take you to pay off this toxic debt? That's not something I can tell you. That's something you kind of have to explore on your own and figure out. But set a realistic time frame. Use it on past performance and project that past performance forward. Look back 6 months and project it forward for 6 months. The more that you're realistic about it, the better and more successful you're going to be. Next, how much can you afford to pay if nothing changes? If nothing changes, if everything stays exactly the same, you keep doing the same sales, you keep making the same revenue, you still have the same expenses, how much can you afford to pay towards your debt? The more that you can plan on where you're consistently at, the more success you're going to have. Next question: how can you increase your sales so that you have more revenue to make money? What are some things that you can do to put more money in your pocket, to get your phone ringing, to get orders coming in, to get your emails blowing up with payment confirmations, all that stuff? Next, how can you save money? What money can you save? What can you eliminate? What can you consolidate to be able to free up more revenue to put towards your toxic debt? And then the last one is, how can you consolidate it? If you've got bad debts out there, if you had to take Maybe you found yourself trapped in an MCA that charges these astronomical fees that keep rolling over every month, and you're tired and you're ready to get rid of it. How can you consolidate that debt into something that's less toxic, more manageable, and better on your budget, and frees up your cash flow so that you can get debt free, or you can progress your company as you see fit. So let's talk about these steps of these plans. The first off, set a debt-free budget. Um, I I'm I may get myself in trouble here, but that's okay. I was in the personal credit space for a long time, so I've got this innate natural dislike for people who always talk about being debt-free, that it's the greatest thing ever, blah blah blah. Um, right money, good money that's invested properly when you use other people's money is something that can actually grow your business. Like if you look at it, if you look at something and you calculate, if I get $100,000 and I'm paying 5% on that $100,000, let's even call it 7%, but it's being invested into a project that's going to have 100% ROI. That 7% interest rate now, just it's not toxic. That's just a smart investment. That's just being strategic. So while you're looking at this, what you want to be thinking about is setting a budget that makes sense to pay this off. How much of a percentage of your sales can you put towards paying off your debt? One of the big tools that one of the books that I love, that I reference a lot, it's called Profit First. And if you guys haven't read it, check it out. I mentioned this book a lot because it was a life-changing moment for me as an entrepreneur to see this system just broken out in front of you, that shows you how to make sure your taxes are paid, shows you how to make sure your expenses are paid by budgeting, not on a monthly basis, but on a per deal basis. Like if you get $1 in, how much of that's going towards profit? How much is going towards savings? How much is going towards getting debt free? So start looking at your finances a little more on the smaller scale. Start looking at more on the minutia of how much can I allocate with each sale to be able to get debt free. What can I invest out of each deal that I earn that can potentially put me ahead? And then how much can I save if I start looking at this? If you're going to be looking at savings, if you invest in new software, is it going to free up? Is it going to free up your manpower? Is it going to free up your productivity so that now you're able to earn more without hiring more people? Or are there automations that you can put in place? Is there software that's going to consolidate multiple processes that's going to enable you to do more sales? These are things that I want you to be thinking about in this process, because getting debt free isn't a quick thing. You don't go in debt instantly. You don't get out of debt instantly. It's a process. Next, let's talk about creating some space in your budget. Let's talk about, I'm thinking, yeah, Donnell, you're having fun over here in the chats. I'm loving it. So next, we want to talk about creating some space in your budget. Review your software subscriptions. What are you spending money on? We all have these. We go and we sign up for software subscriptions. We get memberships to things that we use for a month or two. It's going great. We're all happy and we're all excited. And then we stop using it, but then we forget to pay for it, or we kind of keep it there like, man, I really need to use that, but we're not. So what are some things that you could be eliminating from your monthly budget right now as a business owner that you could put towards your toxic debt, that you can have to be able to progress your company forward, that you can reinvest that money? Are there any unused tools? Do you have inventory sitting around? Are there things that you can sell quick? Are there things that you can buy in bulk? Can you use credit lines to be able to get some of the stuff that you need in bulk so that you can save on it? These are ways that you can free up space in your budget, that you can start looking for extra money, that you can find ways. And look, I'll be the first one to tell you, I had a company before that as I was going along, we got hit with some bad stuff from the state government. And so the state came in, they said, hey, look, you owe us back taxes, and it just wreaked havoc on everything. And it got to a point that we had to just completely tighten everything. We had to rework all of our budgets. We had to go through mass layoffs. I mean, it was a nightmare, and I don't wish it on anyone. But with that, it made me understand the power of small payments, where these micro payments, where we're paying $30 a month, $100 a month, even though we're running a 7-figure business over here, those little payments add up really quickly. And the more that you can take that, you could put it towards your debt. the faster you're going to get, debt free, the more cash you're going to free up, and it's going to help you to move your business along to achieve your goals. Next, you want to look at how can you create more money. What kind of sales do you have? Do you have inventory sitting there that you can let go on a fire sale? Do you have products online that are digital that maybe you can reduce the prices? Can you run a big promo? Can you prep for Black Friday? Can you just run a sale? If not a sale, can you add bonuses? Are there other companies that you work with that can add value to your products, your services that you're offering, that you can add to it to show more value and increase your sales? Are there marketing campaigns that you can invest in that you know is going to get a consistent return? These are ways that when you really want to get out of debt, the more you look at generating money, the more you start focusing, opposed to, hey, I'm broke. How do I, what do I do? And you start looking at it as, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I've got the world at my fingertips. I've got all this money that I can make. I've got all these tools and resources, and I've got these talents here. How can I get free? How can I make more money? When you reposition your thinking to stop looking at the negative and the down cycle of what you're going through and really start focusing on what do you have available to you? What can you do? What can you use that's in your arsenal right now to increase your sales? You're going to see a dramatic difference in how you're operating and how you run your business. The problem is that sometimes us as entrepreneurs, we get out there, we get the sales, we get the business coming in, and then as things get going, we get so wrapped up in the process of things, of how it's working, what we need to do, that we kind of take our eyes off of the sales side of it and the marketing side. So maybe it's even just a call to action of, look, get off your butt. Let's get out there and make some sales. Let's get on the phones. Let's keep following up with people. There's these old-fashioned tricks and things that you can implement right now to increase your sales, to increase your bottom line. So what kind of marketing do you have available? What kind of sales can you do? What kind of promo? Is there something that you can buy that you can turn around and sell it for more really fast? Is there something that somebody else is offering that you can adapt to your business? Is there a white label product that you can bring on that's going to increase the value of what you're doing? These are all ways that you could be looking at improving your bottom line. These are all things that you could be doing to radically increase your sales in such a way that it's natural. It still fits inside your system. It still fits inside of all that you're doing. But you got to be thinking about it. You got to be looking at it not from a I'm drowning, I'm in trouble, I got all this debt, but you need to be looking at it from I have the world at my fingertips. How can I overcome this obstacle? And then next, consolidating to lower interest rates. This isn't something, guys, that I think should be a last effort. I think this should be one of the first places that you start, because all the other things that we've talked about up to this point are things that are going to take time. It takes time to increase your sales. It takes time to consolidate softwares, to get rid of subscriptions, to streamline your operations, to make things, to come up with sales, to come up with promos. These are all things that are going to take time, that take a little bit of forecasting and planning, opposed to if you can find a loan right now that will consolidate your debts, that will take everything from a high interest rate to a low interest rate, that may take it from a 5-year term or a 1-year term and put it on a 5, 10, 15-year term, where now your payments are stretched out and exponentially lower. You have lower interest rates. These are the tools that you need. And the beauty of it is, if you already have a business loan, let's say you got stuck in something that's a little more subprime, that's a little more toxic, and you want to get out of it. This is consolidating your business debts into something that's more manageable is the smartest way to go. That way you're freeing up your cash flow. You're giving yourself more space. If you're already used to paying $1,000 a month on this debt, and you can get that knocked down to $600, now you've got another $400 of equity that you could be paying every month, and getting that paid off faster, so you're not stuck, that you don't feel like your hands are tied because of this 1 or 2 things that are out there that are holding you back. So focusing on paying off your debts, have a plan, work that plan. The plan, set a realistic timeline, figure out how much you can pay, increase your sales, reduce your operations, reduce your spending, figure out how much you can do, and consolidate your toxic debt. Now, if you need help figuring out how to do that, feel free to reach out. We'd be more than happy to help. You can schedule a free consultation with us at creditsuite.com. debtfree.com/consult. My team is going to be putting that in the chat for you here in just a second. With that, we'll sit down with you. Our team here at Credit Suite is going to sit down with you. We're gonna look through your situation. We're going to look at your fundability, help figure out what you can get approved for, and then just talk with you about your options. Help you create a plan that if you are in debt, you do need help, that you actually have somebody that you can talk to be able to get you on the right path, get things moving, get the business loans that you need to consolidate, get the credit that you need to improve your cash flow and keep things moving. So check it out. If we can help, we would love to. Like I said, we've got we got hundreds of options for consolidating business loans, all types, anything from business credit lines to alternative financing options with inventory, retirement, 401k, all of that, all the way up to traditional financing like SBA loans, traditional bank loans with the low rates, great fees, better terms. We have options for everyone. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm stuck, you're not always stuck. There's always options. There's always ways to look at things. Sometimes it just takes an expert that knows your options, and can be able to work around it with you. So if you have any questions, give us a call. We're at oh my gosh, I just forgot our phone number. 877. Wow. If you ever have one of those days that you have so much on your mind that you forget, I forgot our phone number. It's 877-600-2487. Again, 877-600-2487. Now it's going to be forever. It's going to be forever embedded in my mind. We can help you out with that, or check us out at creditsuite.com, or go to creditsuite.com/consult. We just drop that link in your chat. We're more than happy to help you out. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit today. Hope you guys have an amazing day. And again, if you want to find out more, if you like talking about this stuff, you like helping other business owners, join us over at the Business Loan Broker Challenge. It's going on right now. Ty's on stage. He's over there talking. That's why I'm not going as long, because I'm excited to see what he's going to talk about today. You can find out more about that at businessloanbrokerchallenge.com, or you can scan the QR code, and we'll see you guys next time. I'll be back with you on Thursday, and we will see you then. Have a great day.